The ship Ranaganji is about to sail from Liverpool to Calcutta. I heard the comments made by smartly dressed women, first-class passenger on the Ranaganji, to her companion, as they stood before me on the liner's deck.
Look, my dear, did you ever in your life see such an absurdly comic creature?
Looks hardly human, inclines a chap to believe that dear old Darwin was not altogether wrong.
I noticed that they were talking about the Indian Serang, named Hassan. He was superintending the crew of the ship, now completing the loading of baggage. He was a squat, ugly man, with short legs, and a large disproportionate head. On the following morning, as I held my consultations in the surgery adjoining my cabin, the Serang, Hassan, appeared, bringing with him two of his Lascar deck hands. He inclined his head in a addressed me.
Dr. Sahib, I fear these men are sick.
They certainly did not look well. They complained that they were suffering from severe headache and racking bone pain. They looked frightened too. Then, I began my examination. I saw there was little nodules scattering on their body. It was an unmistakable symptom of smallpox. Smallpox is a highly contagious, deadly disease. Young and inexperienced in my profession, I had not learned to control my feelings. Then I went to see Captain Hamble of the ship. Sir. My voice break. I had to report smallpox on board two of the deck hands.
Doctor, listen, you are in charge of the health of the ship. It's entirely up to you. I can't give you any of my officers, I am overloaded and understaffed. But I am going to give you the Serang. Believe me, he's the finest man I have. You've got to keep this thing from spreading.
He advises me to keep secret about the disease. We were in the middle of the Arabian Sea and there were 1,500 passengers in the ship. I looked at the Serang, who, undismayed, again turned upon me the full force of his eye.
We will make a shelter under the afterdeck, Dr. Sahib, very cool there, with plenty of fresh air.
Within an hour, he had erected, with silent efficiency, a large canvas shelter. Mattresses and sheets were then brought up and the two patients were comfortably installed. Our next step was to muster the crew for a thorough medical inspection. One of the stokers, who complained fever and headache, was isolated with the other cases. And now, who is going to help me attend these men?
Why, naturally it is I.
You must be careful. This disease is most contagious.
I am not afraid, Dr. Sahib.
Together, Hassan and I sponged the patients with permanganate solution. Next morning, I found 3 new cases among the deck hands. And that same afternoon, 4 more of the crew sickened. We now had 10 cases in our makeshift lazaretto. It was a situation to test the strongest nerves. Hassan was calm and unperturbed, gave me fresh heart. Be careful of yourself, do not go quite so close.
Are you careful of yourself, Dr. Sahib? Do not worry, Dr. Sahib. I am strong, and it is my work too.
Although we were moving full steam ahead, Colombo, the nearest port of call, was still 8 days away. In the course of the next 48 hours, 4 more stokers went to join the others on the afterdeck. A total 14 now, and one of the earlier victims had lapsed into a coma, seemed likely to die at any hour. Hassan, you are doing so much in this emergency, the company must give you extra pay.
What use is money, Dr. Sahib, to one who has all he needs? I am well enough the way I am.
Standing with him, in the liquid moonlight, I was stung by a strange pang. As I viewed my own outlook towards the future, my passionate desire for success and wealth, I was conscious of a secret shame. On the following day, we lost 2 of our patients. Hassan did all the rituals. He chanted a short passage from the Ramayana before their bodies, wrapped in sailcloth, with a weight at their feet, were cast overboard at midnight. No fresh cases developed, and a week later, we anchored of Colombo. Soon, the sick men had been taken off to hospital. Several of the patients showed signs of having passed the crisis, but 3, helpless and delirious, a mass of running sores, were carried in the arms of Hassan. As we stood together, I saw that the Serang's cheeks were wet with tears. Suddenly, at my elbow, I heard the familiar shrilling of Miss Joke Smith.
Oh, look, Ronnie. There's that absurd creature again. Once more, I followed their united gaze. Where did you keep him, during the entire voyage, Dr. Dear? In a special cage.
Yes, Ina away. It was a cage, the animals were all outside.